Hello students, welcome to my 23rd video. In this video, I am going to continue with this lesson that we had started in the previous video. So let us see what is written or what is given in the next part of the lesson. But before that, let us have a short recap. What we learnt in the beginning of this lesson, that it is based on a squirrel, a small squirrel whose name is Tippity, and we also have learned that she has got very good habits like waking up in the morning and then moving about, roaming about, then toilet habits, all that we had learnt about her. Now we are going to continue from here in this video. So what we see here, Dawn, a field spaniel, and Brock, a large shaggy Tibetan sheepdog, were Tippity's best friends. Now these are the other two pet animals living in narrator's house. One is a spaniel dog. Spaniel is a breed of dog that are used for hunting. The field spaniel hunting, and also by the army or the police for detecting any kind of proof or any kind of links related to the crime. So these are this is one of the breed of such dog, Dawn. His name is Dawn here. And another we find is Brock, which is a large shaggy Tibetan sheepdog. Shaggy means very full of fur and very untidy fur, very long and untidy fur. So they were also there, the friends and the partner of Tippity. Brock's great bushy tail afforded Tippity much amusement as well as shelter in time of danger. Now this the dog here, Brock, he had a very long bushy tail which always served as a shelter to this Tippity whenever there was any danger. What kind of danger? Let us see. For Tippity knew friend from foe, and the approach of a stranger was the signal for her to make use of Brock's tail as a hiding place. Now Tippity was a smart squirrel. She knew who was a friend and who was a foe. Foe means the enemy. So she, whenever she saw any stranger coming near, she used to go and hide behind the tail of Brock, that thick big tail of Brock. Her behavior was not always that of a well brought up young lady, and truth obliges me to admit that during meals it was advisable to keep her tied at one end of the table. So her behavior was not always that of a well brought up lady, means that's showing little negative part of her behavior, means at the time of meals she was not very well behaved, might be jumping here and there. After all, it was an animal. So what the narrator used to do, he used to tie one leg of her with the table during the meals. I have already said that she had a lovely tail, but its beauty was sometimes marred after passing through the soup, and so was the taste of the soup. Now she used to, of course, keep on jumping, moving about, and that was the reason she was tied up during the meal. So what used to happen? She used to move about on the table, and her bushy tail, long tail, must be like getting dipped into the soup, and that might be getting spoilt. The tail might be getting spoilt, and marred means spoilt, and the soup's taste of also. That's a funny statement made here, that the taste of the soup also might be getting spoiled. Her own dinner consisted of milk and occasionally custard. So these are the things that she ate. Her diet here, that was of milk and custard. Puddings she loved as much as any schoolboy, and stewed fruit kept her happy all evening. Stewed means the boiled fruit were given to her, and that kept her happy all evening. So what we see, narrator used to keep a good care of her food, of her diet, and everything was given to her on time. Like in the evening, she used to get boiled fruit. The hardest hill walnut was child's play to her sharp teeth. The hardest hill walnut. Walnut, well, it was like it's a hard shell, and there is kernel inside, which is the main part of a nut. So that it was an easy thing for her to break the walnut and eat the inner part of the nut. It took her, child's play means very easy thing for her, just like a play of a child. It took her about 10 minutes to make a hole in the nut, and then her long teeth and tongue would soon fetch out most of the kernel. So that is what 10 minutes she used to take to make a hole in the nut and fetch out the inner part of the nut and eat that. Now this is something which also helped the narrator to find out a controversy or a mystery regarding something in the natural history. Let us see. Tipeee was the means of my solving a problem in natural history, regarding which a controversy raged for many months. There was some controversy regarding regarding some part of natural history which was being having different opinions by different people, and this Tipeee was someone who solved that mystery. What was it? The Himalayan nutcracker, Nucifraga hemispila. This is a kind of birds found in the Himalayan birds. They have a very sharp beak and sharp teeth to bite and spear apart any kind of nut. So they were considered, let us see what is the mystery given here. These birds had been credited with the holes one frequently found in walnuts in the Himalayas. I tested the truth of the assertion by placing walnuts under a tree where a pair of nutcrackers used to come. What he did, he placed those walnuts, the Himalayan walnuts, and placed them near the tree, under a tree where a pair of nutcrackers, means these birds were called nutcrackers. The pair of nutcrackers used to come there. So he kept some nuts there under a tree to find out actually how they did that. How did they break the walnuts? So what happened? The birds turned over the nuts but did not attempt to break them. The birds were not able to break them. They turned over the nuts but they did not break them. After this, a few nuts were collected in which Tipeee had already made holes and placed under the same tree and carefully watched. Now after this, a few nuts were collected in which Tipeee had already made holes. Holes were already there, and those nuts were kept under the same tree and carefully watched. Means the narrator used to keep observe when he kept those nuts under the tree, those nuts with holes now, the holes made by Tipeee. And he kept those nuts under the tree where those nutcrackers used to come. Now let us see what happened. In due course, the birds came along and at once selected the bored walnuts and began pecking at them and working their beaks inside the holes. So in due course means in some time the birds came along and they at once selected. They chose the walnuts which were already having hole so that they could take out the inner part of it. Bored means boring, that is making hole, and began pecking at them. Pecking means by striking with their beaks to take out the inner kernel from them. So that was the mystery which was finally solved, that those walnuts were actually must be cracked by these squirrels and not by the nutcrackers. Flying squirrels are said to lap their drink, but Tipeee was much too ladylike to make any such fuss over her milk. So these flying squirrels are said to lap their drink. Lap means to enjoy, to cherish their drink. But Tippity was a little too ladylike to make any such fuss over her milk. Too ladylike. We know this is just a sarcasm made here. She never used to enjoy her drink as it was supposed to be. That the drink means her milk. She was usually in rather a hurry for it. She used to finish her milk in hurry, and consequently more of her face went into the saucer than was intended by nature. Means she used to be in hurriedly she used to drink milk given to her, and that she used to do by putting most part of her face into the saucer to drink it, and as a result of that a certain amount of liquid went up her nose and made Tippity sneeze and splutter. So she used to, like, of course, because more than half of her face was inside the saucer to drink milk, some part of milk went in up her nose and made her sneeze and splutter. Splutter means she used to start choking, making choking sounds. Sometimes several attempts were made before she really settled down to have a good drink. But several attempts were made, means the narrator had to make her sit quietly and drink her milk. Because these squirrels, we know, are too much active and energetic, they won't stay in one place for long. So she used to do that, but the narrator used to find a way to make her calm down and drink her milk quietly, slowly. But when she got her lips well into the milk, and no attempt was made to lap. Again she used to drink her milk, and no attempt was made to lap. Means she never made any attempt to enjoy her drink, enjoy her milk. So that is, we are leaving till here today, and we'll continue in the next video. So see you soon. Take care, and God bless you all.